Hi everybody, welcome back to Dr. B's Advice for the World. I'm Dr. Anita Blanchard, and this is my channel where I'm going to share useful information for academia, parenthood, and hopefully life in general. So today we're going to be talking about productivity, how to get things done. And I anticipate this is going to be one in a series of videos because it's such a huge issue in academia, and I think it's also a useful topic for people who are working in the real world too. So one of the things I like most about being in academia is I get to decide what I want to do within certain boundaries, and those boundaries are being what I know, what I've done research before. I can pick what research I want to do, what courses I want to teach, what service I want to be involved in. This was very different than when I worked in the real world, where my boss told me what project to do. In academia, I get to choose what I think is interesting, and I get to do it. And that is a lot of fun. It is truly one of the best things about being a professor is I get to choose the work I want to do. So I know a couple of videos ago I said there were some challenges of being a professor, and there are, but one of the benefits is having that autonomy. And we know from research that it improves life satisfaction, job satisfaction, it decreases stress. So autonomy, the ability to choose what you want to do, is really a positive thing for employees. But it's also a challenge because no one is telling me what I should do and when I should do it. I have to decide that for myself. So one of the things I've come up with, I think is important, and my mentors have told me about this, and I tell my students about it, is this. You need to make a freaking list, okay? I know that seems obvious, but you'd be surprised, husband, how many people do not make and follow a list of what to do, okay? And I know they argue they can get their work done, and they do, and you can use your inbox as your list, but someone else is deciding that for you, or you can kind of wait for the crisis to come up, or you can have that running list in your head, but as I'm getting older and my head gets more full, I can't keep that list going, and it never has worked anyway. Even as a grad student, whatever list was in my head was not nearly as good as writing something down. You have to write it down, otherwise it's going to fall through the cracks, or you're not going to be as productive as you need to be, especially in academia when you're in charge, and at the end, you're being judged. Did you do what you said you were going to do, or what you need to do to get your degree, to get tenure? Okay, so what are some ideas about list? Again, this is the first in hopefully a series of this, but a couple of things that I want to share with you, some basic information to get the conversation started. One, have one place where you keep all your lists. I'm a professor, so that means I am a teacher, I'm a researcher, and I do service. I have to have a list for all of those. I'm also a mother. I have 3 children. I have 1 dog, 2 rabbits, 11 chickens, 2 gerbils. I have lists involving those 2. I'm a gardener. I have to have lists about that option. I'm a consultant and also a community volunteer, and I have lists for all of those things. And I keep separate lists, but I keep them all in the same place. It used to be I had a notebook that I carried around with me everywhere, which I kept my list as well as information and meetings that I went to. I still use that, but now I'm using Microsoft Office OneNote. And I would love to hear those of you who are high in conscientiousness, which is a big 5 personality trait. I'm going to put a link so you can go look that up. But people who are high in conscientiousness have lists anyway. I'd love to hear what you do. Can share some love, share some information that we can share with this community of people here. But it's not just enough to make lists, okay? When I was in graduate school, I'd take a half a day, make all my lists, oh my gosh, I get so much done today. No, you have to actually do the things on your list. So step 2, besides just having a list, is putting it down in your calendar. I use my Google Calendar, I use the task there, and on each day I put what I'm going to get done from my to-do list for that day so that I can move forward for each project. And the people I know, my mentors who are very successful doing lots of things, use a similar strategy. So not only making the list, putting it down in your calendar as what to do that day. Now, I know this is basic stuff, okay? I am not talking rocket scientist here. I'm just saying this is something that is so basic that you have to do it, okay? So, make a list. Do your to-do things. And you can get stuff done. I'll tell you that the most productive I am is when I do that. And then I feel so positive about myself, I stop doing that, and then I don't get anything done. So that's kind of a crazy thing about me. Don't you do that. Let's all keep writing our list and our to-do task and get everything done. Okay? All right. Thank you for coming to visit Dr. B's Advice to the World. As I have said, and I will continue to say, all I ever offer is advice. It may or may not work for you. It may be very simple and obvious to you, but I guarantee to somebody it's not. If you have any questions or any topics that you want to ask about, or if you want to continue the conversation, please leave comments below. Please like this video and give a little thumbs up wherever you see this. And I really appreciate your feedback. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.